everybody. Greetings, screeners and meaners. Another edition to Check It If Collected Reviews. That's right. Today we're going to be checking out NBK 2. That's the neon and also the yellow. And this is AKA Not-Scavenger, just to let you guys know. And you can see these stacked on top of each other right now. And you can see this box is bigger than this box. I don't know if there's any significant difference to that, like there does with the other ones, but we'll get into that in just a second. Let's go check out the bottom of the box first. All right, we're going to look at it. We see him right here. Let's bring this down just a bit. Right. Okay. There's the front of the box. Side of the box. Move the light there a little bit. Get a little bit of shine. Back of the box. And as you combine them all together, which is all blacked out. And this was the earlier models of it, so I don't know if there's other versions out there. Bottom of the box. Here we go. And that's it. We're going to move this one out the way. All right. Bring this up. And then you have this. Move this up. All right, as you can see, I already failed because of glue in there, and that's all due to the pact of shipping, so that's when that goes there. All right, and this you do get two Lego, little small imitation not Legos in there, and that's it. So there's your side of the box, back of the box, and this has them all together. And I'm interested to see what the size is going to be. And yes, guys, I do have more coming on the way, and you will actually see them all together. And hopefully that will be sooner than later and stuff. But I know the manufacturer's on their new year over there, so that this is going to go there. Anyways, okay, screeners and meters, with that being said, put this on the side, and let's go and check out and see what's inside the boxes. Okay, screeners and meaners, box is open, and here we are. Move this over just a little bit, And yes, the background is a little different. Doing some other things right now, but you'll see in the future and see what this video is connected to. Well, actually, you know, we're not even going to get into that. Anyways, all right, here you go, your little not Lego figures, not Cryo, not Mega Blocks figures here. And that's pretty much about it. And before anybody say anything about Mega Blocks or anything and stuff, they did have some sample series in the back. I think it was called True Heroes and some other things where they did have more of the basic figures. And also, if anybody remember, the Marvel line was more basic on this, and also the Ninja line with the Mega Blocks. Just to let you guys know, in case if you guys didn't. So, anyways, that's enough of that. And let's go and check out these figures. All right, and here you have it here, back. Okay, the side. Bottom weapon there, and you also have the this is the fist, so it's pretty cool. And this had dust on it right out the box, so this has probably been sitting in a warehouse for quite some time, and which that's pretty cool. So yeah, so this moves around just an articulation thing, but you got to be careful because this bumps up to it, and it kind of like keeps it into play. And the excavator part actually does work. I mean, all the joints and mechanism and stuff. So nice detail. Big ups to NBK on that. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with JJ or Jin Jang with theirs. And this is exactly the same. This piece was turned around. Not exactly sure. With that being said, side note, if I see this part right here, this must be the first one I initially bought and broke it off. When I know I said the other one, I can't remember which one it was right now, that actually broke off, but this is the initial one I actually have seen this, because the other piece did come off, but I had to actually put this on here like so to actually put it around. But yes, this is the very first one I bought, and I just bought this like as a sample. I think this was over a year ago. Blasters on the bottom there, and just the side, and that's pretty much about it. Working mechanism, and as you can actually see, the colors are very trimmed, very nice. I mean, very well, very well blended well. No really bleed on a different point or some. I mean, it's just there, and then you know, they actually put their time to put it together. You might find some bleed in the chest area, but I'm more than willing to deal with that on that point and stuff. So with that being said, let's go and get these things. Oh, side-by-side comparison. Oh, gotta do side-by-side comparison. All right, put this here, put it there. First, I'm gonna check out the height. If you're looking to model these with anything else, and you're looking at it as it stands right now, just the back itself, it stands up at least about 2.5 inches, maybe even called even 3, with the excavator being up. If you just want to model it with your Legos of such and so, we're gonna put this further down. That's as far as it goes. That's fine. And yeah, what it's standing up is going to be 5.5 inches or so. I'm sorry, it's 5.5 inches. Yeah, 5.5 inches or maybe even 6. So look at it right there on the side there. Okay, All right, and this is right here on this side. All right, and let's go and get to the side-by-side comparison. Okay, screeners and meaners, and here are the 5 all together. All right, you have the Mega Block / Mega Constructs. You have the figures that actually came with this set. If I'm not mistaken, it's Best Lock. I believe these are Best Lock. It has all the colors and the familiarities or whatever as Best Lock. And next you have the official Lego figure, or one of the official Lego figures, Chima, and you have the CiiC construction. I think that pretty much covers all the bases and stuff. It'd probably be kind of tight for the rock to fit inside them, but at the same time too, it works well with stop motion or just in your figurines all together because they all have pegs and they work on this type of flat surface or the base plates. All right, let's go and continue the side-by-side comparison. Right. There's Groove Battalion Optimus Prime, the Last Night Optimus Prime, Ultra Clash Red Alert, that's old school, it's a 2007 model, Botcom Nemesis, I can't remember what year it was, but that was Botcom Nemesis, Zombie Onslaught, Voyager Class Blaster, I believe that was Fall of Cybertron, Voyager Hound, that one kind of works, that kind of works because the cabs look about they're the same. Voyager Oversized Hound, that's a beast compared to the rest of them, but he's my favorite Hound by far. He takes the cake when it comes to him. I did not think I was gonna like him. I didn't like when they changed the movie, but I absolutely love this figure. Knockoff Leader 1 Scale Optimus Prime. It's a really cool figure. And last but not least, Alternators Roll Bar. Had a brain fart there. Sorry. Okay, screeners and meaners, let's go and get these bots transformed. And sorry, screeners and meaners, I know I keep slipping on this. Pros and cons as far as it goes in vehicle mode. Pros is that the pros is that it has the little turnabout excavator, which is pretty cool, and I did get it to come around a little bit more. It's due to this piece right here is kind of slowing it down and how it moves, but it does twist like all the way around, so it's really, really cool how that all works and well with that and stuff. So that is big ups. The cons is that this part is very flimsy on the part here to the back and it's very loose. Other than that, that is pretty much it. It's just a great, really cool figure in bot mode. I'm sorry, in vehicle mode. So that's just works. So big ups to the alt mode. All right, so let's go and get this thing transformed. Okay, screeners and meaners, and here they are: Scavenger, NBK 2, Neon Yellow, and Neon Green and Yellow, and they look great. I really do like this. I like the setup of them. I like how it goes. I like the whole structuring. I like them even have their own symbol, and that works for me very much so. Let's go and check out the height. The height on them are exactly about 7 inches or so. And the interesting thing about this is that they are, I think, identical. Whereas I believe the last one that I checked out there's a little bit more height on one than the other. But these here seem to be like spot on. He may look like he cleared just a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's certain things or certain transformation and stuff I did. Actually, yeah, I think right here the midsection sends up a little higher. And I think they kind of do it there, yeah. And they have that same exact height, yeah. So I'm just trying to see how it's gonna go and stuff. And he probably can't stand as well because the other foot spur, the piece is not on there as well. So that's pretty much it off that stuff. So yeah, so that was a height. Let's go ahead and get into his articulation. And we're going to do it with him first because he's a little bit more stiffer, so a little bit more sturdy. Going to back this up a little bit. All right, and first thing you're going to come down to is the feet. He does have swivel all the way around. And I do have to tell you this now, screeners and meaners. Well, the main thing you want to do is be careful with this because if this has any tension whatsoever opposite what it has, it will break. And the thing about it is this. If you pull this up, you just took a tumble. If you pull this way, it will go together and stay along together. And it's not always going to be like that. If you go to the front here and twist the front just a little bit around, they can go opposing. And I don't know if it's something I broke or whatever the deal may be, but there is some opposing sides there. And I don't know why they did that. I'm not exactly sure if that's things. Maybe that's just one more way to make them a little bit more agile. I'm not exactly sure, but that's just how it's going to go in there. But let's go and continue this. All right, leg swivel, all right, stuff, and I guess that would come as an arch where it's going to be in this foot where you can actually expand it out and back, but that's it. You have the bending knee action, continue with the articulation. Also, you have the piece in there and the leg, and also that goes up and the super high extension, so it's just really cool. All right, you're going to bring it up, and you do get upper mid thigh swivel, which goes around, and that's probably due to transformation, but it is what it is as long as it works. You get the leg to come out. It comes out that far, and you can do about a kick, but that's good enough. And then you have the legs that come a little bit about that much, but it starts bumping into these tracks here, but that's whatever. Comes around here, and you do have swivel in the waist, and that's all fully 360 degree. Then you come up to the top here. You do get some serious ab crunch. Like you could do a really cool back flip or front flip with that, you know, and come up here, and you do get mid chest swivel, but as per if you loosen this here and put these up and just clear it, or have the arms or whatever, or if you're looking just to pose just some type of weird cool way, or have them jump in the air and do some really cool twisty thing, you do have that, and I do appreciate that when you have that extra articulation where you can actually pose them in such ways that, you know, it's not like you know other things and stuff. All right, you do have the arms that do come up on one side and the other, but I can appreciate this because it is a kind of a staggered transformation slash articulation. Is just came off. See, there's a part there that pops off, and that will happen a lot with this figure, just to let you guys know. It's not like it is with the other ones, but it just seems like it's whatever. This is my first time transforming this, wherever I transformed the other ones, the one in the back a few times. So let's see, can we get this back on here? Yes, I got it back on here. And back to the staggered transformation, or the staggered look. This here is smaller than this to the left. And you can come up this far, but this here, it stops. But with that being said, it still looks like they get about the same height. So I got to give it props to the articulation department. I'm sorry, I mean the engineering department, because them to do that, that really is cool. I mean, it will stop it in some other way, just logically that would happen, but it is what it is on that. Put it down. Arm does go all the way full 360 ground, up and down, left and right. You do get mid-arm swivel, turn around, and you do also get some swivel into the wrist on top of that. All right, come up here to the head. Head is on a ball joint and can be turned around, it's like such and so. Can go down to the mid of his chest, not all the way down, but it does come back up. All right, stop center there, and it is light piping. I know I've been slipping on that, but yes, they all do come with light piping, if you guys can see that. So yes, that is really cool on that. I don't have my little flashlight with me, so we're gonna have to let that slide. All right, to the backpack here, you're gonna come here, and then this is the actually excavator arm part that scoops down and up. Still have full range and kind of not full motion, but full range as far as using the bucket to come up and down, with it being in bot mode. So that's pretty cool, because he seems like he has like 5 limbs. So I have to say that's big ups to that. So we're just going to put them back here and just put them up against here. All right, and then you have the hands here, and then you have 2 different ones, and again the coloration goes well with both figures. All right, and then this is just it. It's a hand, you know, it comes out there, transform as it comes out. It's this in there. You got the color continuation of the translucent blue going along with what it does on the body, and that works. Put it there. Same thing this over here. You have the orange in here, if you guys can see that. You can see that. Go back to this one. Yeah, see that? You have the orange that's in there, and that works. It goes along with it. And then you have these kind of like just designer missiles that's going on that kind of pops up and pops down, and that's pretty much it. All it does. But my main thing that I like is I like the detail they go on to in a different coloration of it. That's the main thing sticks out to me. And they don't abuse the stickers. I'm talking to you, Power of the Prime creators. All right, just stop abusing the stickers. Now, let me tell you what the problem is with the figure and what the part is that I broke. If you look at the back part, if you look at the back part here, you look right here, this snapped off, and that's due to I did not understand what was going on with, you know, this here. You know, it turns on one side and sometimes it doesn't, and then they can kind of go opposite each other, and I didn't understand it. So maybe there's some mechanism in there to help it, or it just happens. I don't know why they did that, but it whatever. So I'm just glad at least 95% of the figure is still actually there, and that works for me on that tip on that. So that's pretty much about it on that. So let's see if we can get these figures to stand up again the way they should be, and get some other figures in here. And yeah, look at that, just like that. All right, okay, first up we're going to bring in Deluxe Oversized Drift. They look good together. I like that. There is Deluxe size Hasbro, and that's the regular drift. That's probably more size accurate. There's things more current. Titans Returned. Blur. There is Age of Extinction, Deluxe Oversized Bumblebee. They still look together, still good look together, even though Bumblebee's oversized, and that probably wouldn't be size accurate. Oversized Deluxe Crosshairs. He's kind of big. Commando Wars Optimus Prime, and there's Transformers 1 Optimus Prime for the movie. I don't know if I think that's an exclusive from what company, I don't know, but I really love that figure. I think that's my favorite one. Not saying it's better than MB10 because I don't own MB10, but he's my MB10 for the rest of my collection. I'm just saying, okay? Okay, screeners and meaners, without further ado, you know you have more to view, so let's see what these things can do. Okay, screeners and meaners, hope you guys enjoy that stop motions there. Okay, screeners and meaners, and here we have the Orm we also have the bot and also in the combined mode. So we'll just go and kill these two birds with one stone as far as it goes, and about the pros and cons, and you can check out the articulation on that. I was going to save it for all as it goes for the transformation, but again, this is a review, so let's go to hop on that. First of all, you can see what the height is and see what they look like. Put them up right now next to each other, and that's about 80 inches as far as it goes for the Orm. So this figure is probably going to be a very good size, but we'll see what's going to be because I'm very anxious to get it to see how it ends up going. Anyways, yes, so bot mode pros and cons are as such like so. This here I think is absolutely phenomenal. I don't have any pros or cons or any, I'm sorry, I don't have no cons to say about this, all pros. I like it. I like stiffness in the joints, the fingers individually. That works very well. So, I mean, I got to give big up props to that, what props is due. The practice is not the best and flimsy, but it's better than having one arm or one hand that's just all molded together, if you guys know what I mean. I'm talking to you. You know who you are, Transformers. So anyways, so we're going to get into this right now. And basically, the pros about the figure is that it stands well, very nice. Looks like it's a little bit proportion. Love the articulation on it. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. Love how it's actually just works well with what it does. The bad part about it, the cons, is that these parts are flimsy, and also the spurs in the back. A spur should never be flimsy because that was what makes the bot stands up in, well, bot mode. That's just pretty much about it on that. The other cons I have about it is that this here in the swivel motion, they could have did something better with this as far as it goes to his chest of coming in up and down. Well, the pros to that is that since it does come up and down so far, it does work well. But another con to that, which contradicts that, is that the pieces come off, I mean, almost everywhere on him. This has come off. This has come off. These is hard to put together as far as it goes to put a piece together, which you'll see in the transformation. And it's just, there's some limitations in here and there in the situation that comes as such. But that's pretty much about it. I'm still looking to go through with the fight that you can, because the detailing of it and the articulation and just the sure outlook of it all really gives it bigger props. I mean, it really does. And the pros really outweigh the cons. That's just it. But don't let me sit up there and stop you from seeing or getting into stuff, and you just look at it and it's on you. If you look to do it, you buy. I recommend them, but that's just for me recommending it to you. You don't have to take my word for it. Get that out the way, and we just put that to the side there. And this is the hand here. So look around there, take a little stop and take a look at that right there. And the pros about this is that the balance, well balanced, and it looks absolutely phenomenal in the way it is, and it's very traditional to how it is the traditional Constructicons. The cons is basically the same thing how it is with it is in bot mode. It's very flimsy part here. These pieces will come off when you're transforming them, but that's pretty much about it. And at the end of the day, people, you do get what you pay for. So guys, I want to let you know that, listen, thank you guys so much. I'm still here, still going on, and that's pretty much about it. I mean, whatever the goal the goals are, but I love doing this, the stop motion, the reviews, and that's just how it goes. I know things seem to be stressed in time, but it is what it is. Just want to take some time out and let you guys know, side note, there are oversized versions coming of this. That fell off. The oversized versions of coming of, as far as neon green go. Don't know if they're gonna do it for the yellow. I would imagine that they are, but I do not know. I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing with JJ. I'm gonna update you guys once I do get the JJ version of this, but I'm not exactly sure how far they plan to go with as far as the oversized going. I don't know if they'll do with all the lines, but at the same time, it'll be very interesting to see the side-by-side comparison with Hasbro Constructicons versus everything else, kind of like wrapped all up into one. And I think that's pretty much about it, screeners and meters. So thanks for the watch. Sub me if you love me, share if you care, do what you do as long as you do well. Gerald Network, and I'm out. Later.